Welcome back to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Tail Spinner, taking you back to Golarion for more of those wisps of darkness in Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Well, we've just dealt with a undead invasion at a funeral, and it's time to head out and see what else lies in wait for us. You can go and you can come back. Unfortunately, we need to keep you with us right now. I don't particularly like you, but we kind of need you. Now, Darren, you will be becoming, in time, a law master. We need a skill focus and the ability to cast third level spells. So, let us go back to what you already are, an oracle. And cure serious wounds. Now you just need a skill focus. Do we have any... before we go any further, let's give out... Does this help you at all? Yes. How about this? No. Saving throw bonus. Yes, that will help. Yes, it does. Now, do we have anything to help you move paralysis? We have one lesser restoration, and that's done. Let us perhaps proceed. Moondance Meadow is discovered. And it's time to clear another army. I think you can use your spell there. Nice. There's 2 more done. And 3 there. An easy victory, I think. Mind you, it should have been. Your military camp has moved to a different location. As you progress through the story, completing one stage of the crusade after another, your camp will occasionally relocate along the road ever closer to Dresden. A squad of crusaders was caught in the sudden storm from the west It lasted only a few minutes, but the unnatural lightning, made up of electric flames, acid, and ice, left several soldiers dead. The ease with which the force of nature brutally claimed the lives of the comrades has demoralised the Crusaders. The outpost at Bidleth Ford, which straddles the West Selland crossing and is of strategic importance, has been taken. The cultists are destroyed, and the commander's army is able to operate on both sides of the river. Level 2. Another assault. Ooh, that was simple. Not what I had in mind, but never mind. That's a splashdown. I think this should be a relatively easy conquest again. One cleric lost and regained. Morale stat reflects the general mood. It's average at the moment. The Crusaders duly punished a group of mercenaries who had become enticed by demonic gold and turned their blades against their former allies. Those who rejected the blessing of the benevolent gods and succumbed to the temptation of sin deserved death, and death they got. Justice has been served, and the clerics feel that the gods are satisfied with the outcome. Flies. Disgusting things. But easily killed. The site of an old battle between the Crusaders and demons is still strewn with thousands of corpses. The stench of death hangs thick in the air, while survivors lurch around the battlefield, looting whatever they can. The dead, after all, won't need their trinkets and keepsakes anytime soon. 1,000 finance points. And now it's our turn to go to the Houndhard camp. There's someone on the road, get ready. Day 11, month Rover 9, year 4715. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Golarion, so common that to use the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky and ghostly fire from the rifts in the ground are the rains of eyeballs, All that the Worldwound is known for should find some purchase in the mortal mind, but even the most worldly of travellers feel uneasy and its borders. Why? Perhaps instinctively they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound and ulcer through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and her army walk up the high bank of the West Selland River. When it draws near the border of the Worldwound, the soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends, the shape of Mercury on the horizon, rising to dirty dust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains a familiar azure hue. The soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon her back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armour and unrecognised by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing and watching the new commander closely. The commander gives a signal to wait and climbs to the highest point along the bank. Then she decides to look around or address the soldiers and boost their morale. Establishing rapport with her troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose faith in authority. Addressing the army on the border of the Worldwound, the commander seeks to establish herself as a military leader on this new battleground, and her efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the Worldwound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only losses are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue. Their first encounter with the Worldwound has ended in their favour. 24 experience, plus 10 morale. Morale is now high. Each victory over a demon army adds 4 days to the time the banner of victory stays green. Each victory over a demon army on the road to Dresden adds 10 days to the time the banner stays green. Cool. Right, towards the Houndhat camp. I thought we'd already healed her. Well, never mind.
Rules are made to be broken.
Why is she... I don't understand. Perhaps that can't be changed. Odd. However, one thing I do want to do, ready for when we rest again, is get this built up. Challenge evil. And that's all you have. 1, 2, 3. Magical vestment. Cure serious wounds. And what's Soothing Mud? The mud functions as difficult terrain. When a creature enters the mud, it is healed 1d4 points for ability damage. Ah. A creature can be healed of ability damage this way only once per day. Also, each round after the mud restores 1 hit point to the creature. That could be useful. Many times it won't be, but it could be at times. You, Ninio, have a lot going on. The enlarged person spells are very useful. Cause Sphere could also be useful. Ah, Cause Sphere takes up 2 slots. Sleep could be useful. Vanish, perhaps. That will work. Number 2. Your Create Pit has proven useful several times. Mirror Image is just for you. You're not actually very good at firing, so I don't really want to give you that. Maybe another small elemental before I do. And then I will give you those. For your arsenal. And 3. Displacement. A couple of fireballs. Haste is definitely beneficial. Heroism. And I think a third haste might a second displacement. Right.
What a discovery!
We're finally here. Ilan and Curl must be around somewhere. And Janna too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Greetings, Sealer, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Elan puts his hands behind his back and bows slightly. Then he casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems far less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart. Janna puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Elan is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple of nobodies like us. But now you've turned into the saviors of Canabres, Knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Omede's blessing. And you still came to help him dig through the pile of junk. Sealer frowns a little. Let's not talk about it, I assure you. I'm the same Sealer, your friend from the League of the Cart. And we came here to help you look for Elan's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. All right, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. What does the ring look like, and where should we look for it? The last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in the travelling chest. Now the camp is in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweller, he's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. Sounds delightful. I wish I possessed one of Master Derek's fine works. I've seen them from afar, worn by visitors to the Gwyrm mansion. But I've never held one before. I was never allowed to approach important guests. I'm not one for florid compliments, my lady, but I suspect the Master would happily give you one of his works as a gift. He does that from time to time when he meets somebody whose beauty inspires him. Thank you, sir. Camilla lowers her lashes demurely. Is there anything wrong, Elan? Am I making you nervous? The young knight is obviously embarrassed. I apologize. Janet is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabres. Some things for the better, some not at all. He stopped short, apparently unwilling to elaborate. Alright, off we go. Janet and I will look around the northern side. We'll see you when we find something, or when we give up trying.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
Oh, there's something there.
This burn, slice,
Hello.
behead.
A little meat.
Wherever my legs carry me.
It went splendidly.
Torn flag of the Hound Hearts, small but noble order of crusaders. Metal shard of a ring. This item bears a trace of lost power. Okay.
Forwards, no backwards, backwards.
Okay, we have a little... Is it a quasit? Yes. A small quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It is holding a shiny object in its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine. Mine. Elan, look. Look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons like to tease and bully. But it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack all together before it can figure out what's happening. Well, they're down. Mine. The quasit throws its paws in the air and splashes you with beams of colour. You hear insolent giggling. The demon is jumping up and down, throwing the ring in the air and catching it. Mine, mine. Elan, Jana. Seela glances at her friends and turns to you. They're all right. They'll come round soon. Quickly, Noir, let's catch the rascal before it runs off with the ring.
Trail me. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Give me the ring, you scoundrel. Before Elan manages to get to the quasit, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it. Curl, what are you? Thrusting herself between Elan and Curl, Seela barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Elan, stop. Have you gone mad? He's using a summon spell. Why did you stop? Well, that's a thing that happened. No, Elan, Seela, help. Damn it. And she's run off. Get ready, we're on our own now.
Blood! Blood!
And didn't sign up for this. Jana, you coward. Windwag.
Out of my sight!
Oh! I thought I was on Wendy.
I'll cut you wide open.
Ow.
The light take you!
Nenio.
Yes, yes.
Then let's step back, shall we? Maybe do a little healing. Noir, another blast if you will.
I'll rip you apart!
The spirits demand your blood.
18. Ow.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Nenio, not much you can do right now.
You're irrelevant.
I will see to your demise.
No match for me.
You are today's sacrifice.
Nice attack. Sailor.
The fray!
Nenio.
Mind over muscle.
Precision and grace.
Mount you down.
Go for their hearts.
The light take you!
Demon Bane gets in.
I'll remove this obstacle.
A little healing.
They'll beg me to stop.
I'll cut you wide open.
Camellia. And moving on to Sealer.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
You're irrelevant.
Just one of these things
I'll
left.
make short work of this.
No match for me.
Nice.
The demand your blood!
Into the fray!
There we go. And so the battle was over. Elan, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small, harmless demons. So he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels, Elan scoffs. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better to let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. You two need to calm down. You're both right in your own way. And anyway, what's been done can't be undone. We're lucky no one died today's little brawl, but who knows where Sealer's naivety may lead to one day. Do you hear me, sister? You're not just another knight. Whatever you do may have terrible consequences. You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then, spit it out. Sealer, I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as a friend. So I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might not like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer. A knight begins as a squire. Even Aomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You are granted incredible powers far surpassing seasoned paladins, with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast power, all while you sidestepped everything: training, experience, hardship. This is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly. And how much good has that brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see. Especially by the way that you, Sealer, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. Ilan pauses, as if reluctant to continue, then looks you in the eye. I want to tell you the same thing, Commander. So if I understand you correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position. Elan looks right at you with clear blue eyes. Bear me no grudge, Commander. I'm not so ungrateful as to forget what you did for Canabres, and how you agreed to help me. I said it to Sealer and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to danger here. Now at least we know that Curl is a traitor and Janna is a coward, ready to abandon her friends when the going gets tough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Ilan makes no attempt to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. We killed the Quasit. It must be there. Where the hell are you going, fool? Sealer watches as he leaves. Her expressive eyes are filled with sadness. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Noir, let's go back. I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about.
This way.
I hope you appreciate this.
Indeed, well done. The tent is different from the rest. That is a strong burnt smell. Okay. Tent has been cut open from the inside. Alright. Heart of Heartening Song. Whenever the wearer of this hat uses any song, this song also grants fast healing 1, level 1, fast healing 2 at level 5. All well and good, we don't have a bard.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Ah, that's where we are. Begin resting.
You're so sure that your beauty and softly spoken ways will always save you. The day will come when they are not enough.
But when that day comes, the spirits of Socorus will come to my aid.
There you go. That's her belief. Someone on the road. And so it was we encountered others. In this case, 3 people. Through the mist you spot the flickering flames of a campfire. 3 figures wrapped in crusader cloaks are huddled next to it. A stout smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. They're not crusaders, I don't believe. The crackling campfire is driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth and rest for tired legs. Noticing you, the halfling's hand jerks towards his weapon, but then it relaxes. Hey, it's the commander herself. Don't just stand there. Have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today, you might as well dry off at least. In an amicable gesture, he passes you a large mug that smells of freshly brewed tea. Who are you? Frontline scouting party. Our senior sent us ahead to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac. Go ahead, help yourself. It's an honour to... The dusty boots, the patched cloak, and the mess kits lying next to the campfire all mark these 3 as seasoned scouts. The location of the camp was chosen wisely. It's safe and quiet here. No tracks in sight, the air is calm. But an odd feeling of wrongness lances through you like a sting from an angry wasp. Something isn't right. Something's not right. Attack! Smirking brazenly, the halfling licks his lips with a surprisingly long pustule-covered red tongue. Would you look at that? She didn't bite. Enough of this masquerade then, everyone. No more games. The figures by the fire ripple and transform. 3 grey-haired, dark-skinned elves watch you with mocking sneers. Their twisted grimacing faces look demonic. From the haze, more previously unseen shadows materialize. They are just like just as loathsome and unsettling. The campfire emits a sickly sweet, intoxicating smell, and in the squat kettle you see only slimy mushrooms swimming in a disgusting boiling slurry. What was the point of this charade? Lady Amanora desires your head, and we'll gladly deliver it. The elf whose voice, as Tran, was so convincing, lets out a repulsive snicker. You monsters. Sealer looks at those who appear to be trusted allies a moment ago, with open disgust. How did I not see you for what you are right from the start? Dumb paladin, you really think your ability to sense evil can't be fooled? Lady Animora taught us long ago how to trick the likes of you. Ways to conceal the evil in one's heart are not a recent invention. Your Animora deserves no credit for devising them. Who are you? The one who was pretending to be the halfling Velm. Makes a face, mimicking you in an obvious voice. Who are you? We are servants of Lord Discari. And you are the pitiful insect that caught in our web. The elf was masquerading as cleric Asti gives you a lecherous smile, enthusiastically dragging her tongue across the blade of a dagger. Did you like sweet little Asti? Did you want to play with her in your tent? You think I'm at your mercy? We'll see who the real prey is. I love it when prey tries to fight back.
Last one for me.
Seriously.
You are today's sacrifice.
They're not immune, so... Hang on, no. Ow.
This pain is excruciating.
Well, they're getting some hits in, I'll give them that.
So this is how it feels.
Well...
This'll leave a bruise.
Ninio.
Am I at my limit? So this is how it feels.
Lay on hands on cell.
The light take you! I'm all right.
Well, you're not really, are you? For pity's sake, will you hit them?
They'll beg me to stop.
Go for their hearts!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
This'll
I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
This pain is... So this is how it feels.
Oh, come on.
no match for me.
That's ridiculous. Neo. Darren, let's do a group heal. let's move forward. Camellia. In case anything else happens, let's just do a blessing. Sealer. Up and ready.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Go.
Noir. Wendy.
Rip you apart!
And our dear horseling.
Yes.
Take them down, will you? A little of the physician heal thyself wouldn't hurt. Noir. Now, are you going to come out of there? Well, we could get rid of the spell, of course.
I'll cut you wide open! The spirits demand your blood.
Into the fray!
I guess we have to go this way now. Time perhaps to get rid of that one. Ow.
They'll beg me to stop.
Indeed.
You should have listened to reason.
How fascinating.
The light. Take you.
You're down.
I'll rip you apart!
Demon Bane.
Mind over muscle.
Out of my sight!
The Inheritor. Guide my blade.
What else?
Forwards. No, backwards.
And so we receive healing. After a modestly tough fight. Oh, come on, I clicked on her.
Trail me.
That would seem to be about all that's held here. So, out we go. An unsolved conundrum lies ahead. Little scar of the world wound there by the look of it. And so to cave.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder? This way.
Now these go in here, obviously. Right. There we are. It was easy, wasn't it? Simple puzzle, simple solution. But it was just the beginning. Its purpose was to awaken curiosity. A translucent figure appears out of thin air, clad in a loose-fitting robe. Its face is hidden behind a simple unadorned mask. Oh, puzzles. I love them. Mortals are not meant to unveil the secrets of the universe and grasp the meaning of creation, but is this really so? Of course not. The secrets of the universe will only be revealed to the most worthy of mortals. Prove yourself and be the first for whom all the secrets of the world are revealed. Yes, yes, what do we need to do? The heart of mystery is located west of here. Solve the puzzle, and you will comprehend the forbidden knowledge. A map of an entire area that looks vaguely like the world wound appears in the figure's hands. A single dot shines brightly on the map. You can count on me, translucent masked figure. I'll solve any puzzles you have, so you better prepare some good ones. Heart of mystery has been revealed. Who are you? The translucent figure remains silent. Who are you? Simple puzzle, simple solution. What are you? Comprehend the meaning of creation for the most worthy of mortals. I think you've broken it. The translucent figure vanishes into thin air. We have a side here. What's this? More elven pages. If we ever find the storyteller, I think he'll be happy. That is hide barding +2, lightened harness. This +1 leather barding increases an animal companion's base speed by 10 feet, and it grants 1 additional attack of opportunity. And that's just +2. It's a lot more armor. I think it's worth it. We won't sell that though. We may want to swap back to that at some point.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Ah yes, that would have been somebody to remove them, but I see no point. And so we left this area and moved onwards. Someone on the road. Indeed, it's the camp. Commander, we caught a suspicious lad on the road. He says he's an ally and he's desperate to talk to you. Who knows who he really is? The young man before you is trembling from his wounds and exhaustion. His boots are in tatters and if he had any weapons or armour, he shed them along the way. His clothes are torn and his hair is wet, like he'd recently swam across a river. Blood oozes from his wounds on his chest and shoulders, and his skin is cracked and inflamed from the acrid water of the world wound. Commander, the man breathes heavily, and the words emerge as a whisper from his dry throat. My squad ambushed beyond the river. Help. What is this? Oh, remain silent and wait. Barely catching his breath, he begins again. Yakir Ankel, Hell Knight of the Order of the Godclaw, under the command of Paralictor Regil Derenge. Our squad is under attack by demons far surpassing our number. Without your assistance, we are lost. Hell Knights. They've supported the Crusaders more than once in our battle against demons, despite their, Erebeth cringes, questionable reputation. We cannot abandon our allies in trouble. If they really are our allies, then of course, it's just... Nevia looks Yakir over closely from head to toe. I kinda think this isn't a knight at all. A real Hell Knight would be skinned alive for losing his infamous black armour. What we see here is a stranger without rank or insignia, who wants us to march to God knows where. Kinda smells like a trap to me. Yeka, who is attacking you, and why can't you handle them on your own? Large creatures attack from the air. Some are fighters, some are guess clerics with dangerous divine magics. They looked like stone come to life. I'm almost certain they are gargoyles. They fed upon us from the sky, while we were setting up camp and at our most vulnerable. And they caught our forces at partial strength. The Paralictor had dispatched some of your troops as scouting teams. The flying beast didn't fight us, they just fell on us from the sky, grabbed our fighters and either took them somewhere or threw them into their deaths. We were unprepared for that. Where is your squad now? Not far from here, beyond the river. It's not far for a single fighter who abandoned his armour and weapons, but we can't get across the river so easily. We'll have to take a detour. Even if we can save anyone, it will seriously delay our offensive on Dresden, and will give the enemy a chance to prepare. Give me one reason why we should help you. Yeka looks at you amazed. The Hell Knights are the formal allies of the Crusaders. After a pause, he adds, I cannot make promises on behalf of my command, but under the circumstances you must be able to convince our Paralictor to join your army. Hell Knights in our army? That's just what we need. What do my companions think? Your companions look at their guests suspiciously. Hell Knights. With allies like them, we've no need for enemies. If it suited them, they'd abandon us to the demons without a second thought. But we're not like them, are we? We have to save them. Why should we help them? They're the ones who walked into an ambush so they can get themselves out of it. The Hell Knights are heartless executioners. Saving people from the claws of demons is a good cause in itself, but these people are doing everything they can to become just like the devils. Shellin, forgive me, but I fear we should leave the Hell Knights to their fate and continue our offensive on Dresden. Do you recall Prelate Holrun? Well, picture an entire army of soldiers just like him. Do we need allies like that? If they die, I shan't shed a tear. We should help them, but only if they join our forces in return. We could use some fresh blood. Hell Knights? No. Not for all the gold in the world. Don't you know what kind of people they are? One minute you're just going about your business. The next you're locked in the stocks and there's a butcher in black armour standing in front of you. I don't know who these knights are, but if there are people suffering out there, then of course we have to help. It's what we came here to do, isn't it? The crow on her shoulder croaks resolutely, supporting her words. Huh? What? Ninio blinks a few times, baffled. This question has no scientific significance. What's interesting is how the water in the river poisoned by the world wound will affect this boy. With your permission, I'd like to examine him or his corpse in a few days' time. I've been we'll take the risk and try to help them. Thank you, Commander. Our forces are here. The knight points out the location on your map. The situation is critical. Please send your reinforcements as soon as possible. I will go ahead and meet you there. Before we take a rest for the night, I need to step out and let the army do its march. Indeed, the army will need to work its march because the demon army is blocking the way. Ah. We seem to be about where we can just attack. Again. The final heal. One more. And so the army fell. And another by the Nameless Ruins. They're almost done. And them done. The first of the heals. Excuse me. And with this, we should be okay. We should be able to heal afterwards. Oh, what do you know? They're afraid. There we are. 34 lost, 34 gained. And we have a treasure. And you've gained a level. Master Maneuver 2. Demon Army level 3. I think we'll go back ready to capture. Ready to get the next set of troops before we continue. And so it was that we could return to bed. To rest, perchance to dream, as they say. Hey, little one, they say you can do magic. An old silver-haired fighter sizes Ember up skeptically, apparently baffled to find such a young girl in the middle of the war. He's cradled his wounded arm, which has been hastily bandaged. Can you heal me?
Yes.
Of course. Ember whispers a spell and touches the bloody bandages. Thank you, that's so much better. The soldier rips off the blood-caked rags and strokes the healthy skin underneath. How old are you? You're only a child. I have a granddaughter at home, just like you. Oh, little girl, how did you end up here? What are you doing here in the thick of it with us? Ember gives him a light-hearted smile. I'm just like you. I came to the thick. So the thick wouldn't come to the kids, like your granddaughter. Well, I'll be. So little and yet so much more courage than some officers. The old man runs his rough hand over her hair, and she smiles at him again. The crow on her shoulder rubs its head on his hand, like a cat. Talking to you takes a load off my mind. I reckon it's not just my arm you healed. The soldier leaves, shaking his head pensively. Ember waves happily, then turns around and notices you. Hi. Do they often come to you for help like this? Ember shrugs. Demons keep hurting them, I keep healing them. But you know, it's surprising. So many soldiers come to me. They say I bring them comfort, that I give them strength. But I don't do anything like that at all. I only talk to them nicely. I'm just a feather-brained little girl. What if I say something wrong? Maybe I should keep quiet. But I can tell that my words make them feel better. I guess I'm confused. Don't second-guess yourself. You're helping us all, the soldiers, our companions, and me. You think so? I think I'm just wandering around saying silly things. She taps a scarred finger on her cheek and then breaks into a smile. All right. It must be true if you say so. Nothing new there.
Forwards! No backwards, back!
And so to bed.
Sela, a ball gown would suit you very nicely. Or any dress.
Are you kidding? All that lace on me? It'd be like putting a saddle on a sow. It'd be enough to make the cats laugh.
And so it is that we draw a close to yet more adventures in Golarion. There are links around to other gameplays you may enjoy on the channel. There's a like and a subscribe. If you use them, you help the channel grow. And meanwhile, if you drop me a line in the comments, I will respond. I have been Yorkie the Tale Spinger, bringing you tales of the whispers of darkness. You have been a wonderful audience, and the Chihuahua has been sleeping behind me. I shall bid you farewell.